Ryan and Ash.
Reach the eastern shore. You mean not to follow them?
Brian's
fate is no longer in our hands.
That it has all been in vain. The Fellowship has failed.
What if we hold true to each other? We will
not let this YouTube channel
into torment and death. Not while we have strength left.
Leave all that can be spared behind.
We travel light.
Let's make some movies. Hello, hello, hello. Shall I turn that gain up just a little bit? About right there. Okay, let's see. Alright, we're fucking back, man. Kind of. A little bit. We'll see what happens. I have no idea. So it's been a while since we've been here. Like 2 months, I think, since we recorded anything. No, since we posted anything, because we've actually recorded a lot. But it's just not super usable yet, you know? So we are, I'm trying to put it together and make some stuff out of it. And in the meantime, we're short some members here. So who knows how long. We'll figure it out. Who knows? Hopefully this is kind of fun too. And also we broke the camera on Halloween because we're having way too much fucking fun. So we will be back up to normal quality, which wasn't very good before, in next week. I got all this stuff ordered. Anyway, so diving right in, fucking Snyder Cut. It just barely released. It's only 4 to 5 minutes of new extra footage. What the fuck are they talking about? They spent $70 million to reshoot things, and there's only 4 to 5 more fucking minutes of new footage. Is this a scam? Is Zach just trying to piss us off? He's pissing me off. Well, I'm already pissed. We've already been pissed for a while here. How are people doing this like pro bono, you know? Jared Leto's going to be back. Joe Manganiello has Deathstroke again. He's back for more stuff. What, is everyone just doing it for free, or just I don't know, is everyone that passionate and about the Snyder Cut that they're just doing it for no charge or something? I don't know. I don't get it. It's really confusing me. It's really fucking pissing me off though. So yeah, we've ranted about it for days on end here, but the plot just thickens in the worst ways. It's just disgusting. I don't get it at all. I'm gonna watch it and I'll talk about it. And when I can get some people to argue with me about it, we will argue about it one day. I saw that Lilo and Stitch is getting live action, and that just sounds terrifying. But I'm really excited to see it. But it'll probably be fully CGI Stitch and just won't even be that fun. But that sounds creepy. It could be like a good horror movie, I think, in my opinion. Who knows, though? Who knows? We'll see. It will probably get canceled or delayed until 2035, though. So don't hold your breath. They might make... Maybe they'll make Stitch... Never mind, I'm not going to go down there. We'll go down there in a second. Then I saw that WandaVision got pushed back again. And it's just so weird to me because they were so dead set that they weren't going to push it back. And this is our release date. This is our release date. It's still coming out this year. And it's just weird how everyone's doing everything right now. You know, I just don't get... I mean, we can go to grocery stores. We do whatever the fuck we need to do. We're going out all the time still, living our lives. I mean, we're definitely being safe, wearing masks and stuff. But how hard is it to, like, make a TV show like that? I don't get why that would be delayed. Like, what's the holdup there, you know? How hard is it to get your cast and crew together, test everybody, and spend 2-3 weeks and shoot everything? I don't get it. I think it's gonna be shit, and they're just scared to release it because the MCU's just not looking too good right now. To me, and personally, I mean, go back and look at all the times I fucking screamed and yelled about it, but maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? But I just don't get why they keep pretending like these release dates aren't going to get moved, and or why they're not sticking to it, you know? Like, the biggest one to me is how Venom 2 was dead set on coming out in October. They didn't delay that until it was seriously like July or August when they delayed that, which is just so baffling to me. It's so fucking weird. And there was no footage. I don't even think they like started filming it yet. They were dead set it was coming out in October, which is really funny to me. I don't get it. Let's see. They say today that Chris Pratt is going to be in Thor 4, which I'm fine with. I like the dynamic between him and Hemsworth. It was really fun. But the only problem I have is which one's going to come out first? Probably Thor 4 or Guardians 3. Whichever one comes out first just kind of throws a wrench in kind of the expectations of timelines for me, because it's going to answer... Because we're assuming that Thor will be in Guardians 3 to some capacity, and now Star-Lord's going to be in Thor 4 to some capacity. So whichever one comes out first kind of lets you know the stakes, it lowers the stakes, because now you know who's going to live or die out of those two anyway. Whichever one comes out first, you know for a fact they're both going to make it through it, you know? I mean, they announced Spider-Man Far From Home before Endgame even came out, so it's like, so he makes it, so he comes back, that proved he came back alive after Infinity War, and which was one of the best parts of Infinity War, and then it showed you that he's gonna make it through Endgame too. So it like was a double spoiler right there. I just don't get, how or why they do what they're doing. I think they're very lost right now, but it is their game, whatever the fuck, you know. So that brings me to Wonder Woman is most likely coming to streaming in January, is what they said. January, the soonest, maybe. I mean, it's still kind of up in the air, which I'm totally fine with. I don't know why they're waiting. There's still movies being in production right now. There's so much stuff that's been pushed to next year or the year after. If they don't start unloading things that have been pushed back that far, we're going to be overwhelmed with stuff, and it's all going to just lose money. In the end, if they don't do something, it's going to hurt everybody, in my opinion. I keep saying in my opinion. So I really think it would be in their best interest if they were to unload stuff like that on streaming. I'd pay $50 to, if they release Wonder Woman right now on streaming, I'd go pay $50 and watch it right now by myself. I mean, if I could watch it one time and it deletes itself right after, I would pay it. I don't think they're tapping into the potential that they have with straight to streaming type things. I think they're getting an idea and getting a taste of it, but I just really don't think they're tapping into that potential yet. I really think they need to try that option. They need to try with a big movie. Wonder Woman would be perfect to test the waters for that. I think it would be smart for them to test it with Tenet now, even though it's already came out in theaters and potentially flopped, you know. I mean, say what you want about it, who knows? I mean, people have their opinions about it, but I think it'd be interesting right now that they have done a theater run, didn't do very good in our current times, and now they release it on streaming and compare the two. I would almost guarantee you, even though it's been out in theaters for... How long has it been out in theaters now? It's been about 2 months now. Month and a half, 2 months now in theaters. I'll guarantee you, if they release on VOD right now, charge $30 for a rental, just a rental, it would make more than it made in theaters. Mark me on that. I'd almost guarantee it. I'd bet $30 on it. And also they're saying they may... Well, they've been talking about the 007 getting released on streaming, which they need to. I mean, it's been delayed too far. Interest is waning, I think. People were planning on seeing that in March, April, May, whenever it was coming out. I think May, and it's just time to release it. It'll make its money. I was listening to a thing today where it loses $1 million per month just sitting on the shelf, and it's like, well, and if you push it until next year, comes out next to any other big movie that's been pushed and any other big movie that's been made since then, it's not going to make money. It's going to be up against too much competition. There's not going to be any good day or weekend for it to open at this point. I think they just need to gamble and shoot that shit out. Do a deal with HBO like they're talking about. HBO Max seems like they've got some cash flow. I think that's what's going on, which is great, you know. Sell it to them for, they were asking $600 million for it, I believe. Sell it to them for $500 million. Make a deal with them. We'll sell it to you for a little bit less money, but we can do a thing on Vudu or something like that, or anything, and people can stream it just directly on HBO Max if they subscribe to HBO Max. They make money, they're happy, and then make a deal that they can rent it out as well on multiple different sites with an additional premium payment on it, you know. I think there's money to be made there. I think that route needs to be gone after. I've been saying this ever since I became a parent, before there was a pandemic. Release that shit to me. I'll pay whatever you want me to fucking pay. I will rent anything. I'll pay whatever you want. I'm crazy. I mean, something I want to see so bad, like bad enough. It's usually not the big blockbusters though. I mean, like smaller movies that are hard to find are usually what I'd pay more to see. But at the same, like something like 007, even Wonder Woman. I didn't like the first one at all, but I would pay money to see it. I would pay good money to see it. I mean, it's hard to get to the theater when you're a parent. When you're home, I would. There's so many movies. The point I'm trying to make, I'm rambling here. There are so many movies that I have foregone the theater experience, regardless of a pandemic, since I become a parent. 7 years now. That I would have paid good money to watch at home. But being a parent, being a dad, being a husband, full-time job, I didn't have that option. I just couldn't work it into my schedule to go to certain movies in the theater that I did want to see. And if it had come out on VOD, even 2 weeks after it came out in theaters, a month after, there's got to be a better system than waiting months after before you can have access to a movie or film. I've never understood the gap. I mean, there's probably some marketing science behind it. Who knows? But being my restrictions of being able to go to the theater, just being a father and busy all the time, I'm willing to pay more money to watch it at home, like a significant amount more money. I know the big argument is you rent it for $30, you bring over 50 people to watch it. It's assuming you can accommodate 50 people. I don't think that's the case. I know there will be the people out there that do that take advantage of that, but there's people like me that are ready and willing to pay a premium price, $20, $30, $50 for a big blockbuster movie that I can stream at home. Just because I just don't have that option to go to the theater as much as I used to. When I was a kid, I'd go to everything. Not even a kid, like just through my life. Like I would go to everything just because I wanted to see it. And when you don't have that option, you're just kind of stuck in the system waiting for it to come out. Then you can finally watch it. Vudu used to get early rights to movies. I don't think they still do that, but I don't remember what it was, but the first one I ever got was Drive. I did see that in theaters, but that was the first time I noticed that Vudu did a thing where they would release things to buy, not even to rent, but you had to buy it. And it was generally a month, 2 months, 3 months before it was widely available. They did that forever. And every single time, even if I saw it in the theaters, I would buy it because I want to watch it again. So I just think that's an untapped avenue of revenue for the studios and companies that they're not digging into. There are a lot of people like me that are willing to pay the price to watch what they want to watch. So release that shit. Fuck off. Let's fucking do it. Losing my breath here. Not coronavirus. But not really. That brings me to one of my points. Probably my last point. Is that for 007, Lashana Lynch announced that she is the new 007. I know we talked about that forever ago, and we all argued, me and my ghost friends here, that there's no way that they're really doing that. And then they came out and said, no, she's just part of this. She's another 00, and she helps James Bond through his mission, yada, yada, yada. Whatever the fuck. Which was fine. Which is totally fine with me. But now it's come out that she is the new 007. And that's just fucking horse shit, man. That's fucking trash. It honestly kind of pisses me the fuck off. Like, bad. Bad. How about the next Wonder Woman is played by Matthew Broderick? How about that? You don't like that? You probably don't like that idea, do you? Neither do I. Why would you do that? It's stupid. It just makes no sense to me. The whole idea of James Bond is that it's James Bond, 007. So how in the fuck is whatever, I don't even know what her name is in the show, in the movie, but are they going to use that as the name now? I'm 007. I'm Lashana. I'm Lynch. Lashana Lynch. That's stupid. And it's not that I care. I mean, expand the universe if you really must. Expand the universe, which is fine. Expand the universe. She's 008. We can have 008 movies with her, with whatever her character's name is, which is fine. Do that. That's great. We've talked about this before. I don't care the fuck about that. My problem is this whole pandering shit where you've got to take away something that other people like to make room for other things, to representation and blah, yada, yada, yada. I get it. Like, that's fine. But to have representation, I'm not against that at all. But why do you have to take away something that is a thing that people really love, that's a staple of people's lives from fucking forever? I don't even know when the first one came out. It's like a thing, to make room for another thing. I just don't get that at all. I mean, especially when the target audience for a 007 movie is not women. I've never met a woman that wants to watch 007. Ever. Ever. I know there's fans out there, probably. But that's not the target audience at all. It's guys that are just chilling on a Sunday that want to watch 007. I don't know why you got to ram that down our throat that it's like, he's not your character anymore. It's like, why? Why can we not have my character and your character? I don't get it at all. It's just so goddamn frustrating to me. Ooh, I don't know. Gets me worked up. I just don't get this shit. We need to have a woman. We have a black woman. Because fuck the white man thing. Like, whatever it is. It's just weird to me. I don't get it at all. And it's not even a color thing. It's not a woman thing. It's just James Bond is our thing. It's one of our things in the world. Whether you're black, white, woman, man, whatever the fuck you are. James Bond. James Bond. 007. That's what it is. And it's been talked about forever. Everyone wants Idris Elba to be James Bond. Love that. I love that idea. I think that'd be fucking awesome. I don't want a woman to be James Bond, because that's not James Bond. I mean, unless they call her James Bond, I guess, and they do that, I guess. I don't know. It's fucking stupid. Make your own thing. Make your own avenue, and then do that. In this new movie, you know, again, like I said, she could be the new 00, because how the structure works in the James Bond universe is 007, next would be 008. Great. She could be 008 and make a movie about 008. You could make movies for the next 30 years about 008, and it's always a woman in that role, and always that same name of whatever it is. But that doesn't negate the fact that you can't keep making 007 with our James Bond over here. Why can't we do that? I don't get it. Yeah. That's about it. Open fucking Disneyland.